Here we are again at our Richfield terminal, Millis Transfer Richfield terminal. But look at that right there. Is that not beautiful? Let me give you the full deal. Isn't that beautiful? This is our practice range. You know, I talk about the Richfield yard often. I'm here, it seems like. When I come to this yard, I feel inspired, I guess. This is where I got my truck when I went solo out of training. And I just like it here. I don't know. I like the Richfield. I mean, I don't mind the Eden terminal, but that's my home terminal. When I'm in the Eden terminal, I'm in my personal vehicle going home. So I don't spend much time at that terminal. Love the guys there, though. But it's, I think it's like 22 degrees or something here in Richfield, Wisconsin. And wanted to share just a few things about why I love driving a truck. Why is it I love being a truck driver? So let's talk about it. So, I don't know if any of y'all have ever experienced this or not, but I know that as I was entering into the workforce and I'd work somewhere and they would have me running errands. I remember when I was in high school, I worked at McDonald's from the time I was 16 until I graduated high school. And I used to get real excited when they would say, the store over in such and such a town needs fries. They were short on something. It could have been apple pies or whatever the case may be. And they'd say, BT, just go run this over to such and such a town and drop this off. I used to love getting in my car, turning up my music, getting out of the busyness of the store and the bullshit of the customers and the madness and unnecessary just internal stress that comes with working in fast food. At the time, making $5.25 an hour. At the time, that was minimum wage, and that's what I made. Which, to give y'all a point of reference, that was around like 2004, 2005. So I used to love that. So then as I got older, you know, I'd work somewhere and my next job was I delivered in a small Mitsubishi Fuso flat nose box truck and delivered parts for 23 different car lines in the same auto park. One man or one family owned all these different car dealerships: Audi, Jaguar, Volkswagen, Mercedes-Benz was where I worked out of. So technically I was a Mercedes-Benz employee. That was the first time. But anyway, so I drove a truck there, loved it, just ran my route, dropped off my parts, and it was fun. Other times in other careers, you know, you're doing something and the boss needs you to go run something across town, go take the deposit, go do this, go do that. My favorite part of the day was when I had to leave the office and go do that errand, go make that drop off or whatever. Why do I love being a truck driver? Well, it's because it's like that every day. It's like running those errands every day and getting out of the office politics and away from the customer bullshit. Because if you do have any issue with a customer, it's for just a few minutes, and our customer service or dispatch or whoever just deals with whatever the problem is. I mean, for the most part, I mean, yeah, we do have to represent the company well, but in the grand scheme of things, our job is to get it there, and we get it there. So the little things that I enjoyed about other jobs that I had, running various errands and stuff like that, was what I loved, and doing this is like doing that all the time. So if you're somebody who loved that or loved that, doing those, hey, go run this across town, or hey, today we're going to need you to do driving. We got an event that we need to go to, and you need to drive out to it or whatever. I had to do that stuff too. This is definitely for you. So what prompted me to make this video today was I made my delivery this morning. It was around lunchtime. I went by not one, but two places of business. And there were people sitting outside in their cars. And they had the look in their eyes that I've had thousands of times in their car. They were on their lunch break and they were counting down every minute that they were in that car, and dreading going back into that summation office and having to hear that manager crawl down their throat about something that wasn't their fault, or they were dreading just having to deal with customers for another 4.5 or 5 hours, constantly being berated and beat up on and bullied, because that's just the nature of customer service or sales or anything like that these days. Teachers get bullied all the time by parents. You know, it's like there's not a whole lot of things you can do that's people facing that doesn't put you in that position. But I just saw the look in these two separate companies. I just had to drive past them, and that woman was out there smoking a cigarette, and you could just see it in their face. They were just counting the seconds that they had to go back into that damn office and deal with another 4.5 of that bullshit. That is another reason why I love driving a truck. I do not have to deal with that. I'm 6 months in, and the honeymoon phase hasn't wore off yet. Now, if you might be a super trucker watching this, and your experience might be different. You might have only ever driven a truck with nothing to compare it to, and you think that I'm just all wide-eyed and bushy-tailed and unnecessarily excited, and maybe you just got into trucking and stayed in it because when you were in high school, perhaps you threw the big game and your football career was over and you just started driving a truck and you just maybe hate your life. Y'all are going to run into folks like that. Jaded truck drivers. And sometimes there's a reason for it. Some of them are bitter and with reason. But sometimes they're just mad because there's something to do. But if you get with a good company that takes care of you and seems to care about you, it makes that a lot easier. Leaving your family for weeks at a time, it makes it a lot easier. Because I'm going to tell you, I know I've said it before, but my stress level is lower now than it's ever been in my life. So I wanted y'all to know why I love driving a truck. And those things just came to mind today. Just as I drove through Wisconsin and I saw the beautiful, it's a little bit darker now, but I saw just the beautiful landscape, and it changes every day. And I just thought about how cool it was that my favorite part of most jobs I've ever done in my life was running those little errands throughout the day when I got to leave the office. Well, all day long, I get to leave the office. Some could say that your office is your truck, but whatever. I like to consider my truck my motor coach, my RV, if you will. And I'm just getting kind of paid to ride around. We just beep-bopping along United States interstates and highways and county roads and just trying to get this freight moved. So if you're thinking about being a truck driver, maybe these points help. Maybe they confused you even more. Maybe they didn't make a kiss my ass to you. But either way, I hope it touches somebody out there. Until next time, drive on, driver. Y'all stay safe out there.